Right, so what we're going to do today is talk about shafts. So shafts are extremely important to any golf club build because it's going to ultimately help you control the shots that you want to hit. So with any club fitting, what I'd first of all ask is, what do you want to get out of the shots that you're hitting? What trajectories do you like seeing? So I'm going to do a video a bit later about what's in my bag, and I'll explain a bit more about that when I describe what I like to see when I hit shots. So first of all, let's talk about the shaft. So I've got a driver shaft here. So we have kick points. So low, mid, high. Low kick points for high launch, mid for mid launch, high for low launch. We have torque, so the twisting in the club. Now, mainly that's a stabilising feeling, so it depends what you want to feel at impact. So more torque will be a softer feel, less torque will be a firmer feel. And then shaft weight. So shaft weight is determined by your tempo. So it's not by how fast your club is moving, because someone like Ernie Els has a smooth tempo but generates a lot of club head speed, and then there's a player like Charles Howell III who has a real brisk tempo, but they both might have the same club head speed. So a brisker tempo, you're looking to have a heavier shaft. A smoother tempo, you're looking to have a slightly lighter shaft. It's just so you've got the sensation of the shaft as you're swinging the club. So if you had a real brisk tempo and the shaft was too light for you, you might feel like you're losing control of it. If we talk about weight for a little bit more, if you have a shaft that is too heavy for you, it's going to have a negative effect on club head speed, and generally you might see it might be a bit too stiff for you, for example, or it might produce too low a ball flight for you. You might struggle getting the ball up in the air, so it can have a negative effect on timing, and ultimately all of that put together will affect distance that you hit it. So if the shaft is too light, it will normally generally play a bit too soft for you. It can have an adverse effect on launching it too high and spinning it too much. So shaft weight is extremely important, and then shaft flex as well. Similar scenarios. If the shaft is too stiff for you, you're going to struggle to create the elevation that you want. If it's too soft for you, you might see it launching and spinning too much. So generally, what you want is you want to be able to play a shaft that is the softest that you can control, and that's the important thing, that you can control, because that's going to be the most forgiving shaft for you. So if you're creating loads of club head speed, you are going to want a heavier shaft than someone who is creating less club head speed. And it's not a macho thing with shaft fitting. Just because your perception is that you should have a stiff shaft, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best thing for you. Get the shaft that fits your game. That's one of the reasons why I invested in my launch monitors, because I can tell you what your spin rates are, what your launch angles are, what your club head speed is. And when I'm doing fitting, I can demonstrate to people that this shaft is performing better for you, and these are the reasons why, and actually give you data to show you why this shaft is working better for you. So it's an extremely important component to the golf club, and one that can ultimately save you lots of shots, basically. So yeah, next time you're at the club, when we're allowed back in, if you're unsure about that, just come in and I'll run through it. I've got hundreds and hundreds of different shafts through all my manufacturers to demonstrate to people how you have certain benefits out of them, and then I can show you the virtues of a graphite shaft over steel and irons if we need it. But as I say, it's not a macho thing, shaft fitting. It's the thing that's going to help you produce the best shots and ultimately your best results. And that's the important thing about it.